How's everyone? In today in this video, I'll be reviewing Evolve 64. Of course, this show took place live on iPPV last night, or yesterday, actually, not last night, because the show took place, I believe, at 1 p.m. my time. Yesterday, due to WWE being at MSG and this show taking place in Queens, it was all in the same area, so fans were able to do a double shot if they wanted to. So that's why Evolve had a show early on in the day, at least where I live. It aired at 1 p.m. So I wasn't able to catch it as it aired, but I heard such great things about it. I thought I'd check it out for myself. So I watched it today, and overall, I gotta say, this was an outstanding show here by Evolve. Evolve this year has been red hot, just from the angles, the shows, everything going about Evolve has been really good from what I've been hearing from people watching it, and just, the hype around the shows that happen. There's been a lot of great things about Evolve, and I've been meaning to get back into Evolve for quite some time now, and I thought this show would be a perfect opportunity to do so. And, it was a good opportunity, I thought, because the show was absolutely awesome. Not a bad match on the show. There might have been a match that wasn't really all that great, but nothing too bad. I thought every match, well, not every match, but almost every match was very fun. I will say, though, I thought the title matches on the show were a bit underwhelming. That's something I have noticed about Evolve shows, are pretty much everything on the show, besides the title matches, not downing the title matches. There could be awesome title matches, but the title match is supposed to be the big matches in the show, but yet they seem like the most underwhelming matches on the show. So I don't know if that's the theme on almost all the shows, because like I said, I don't really watch Evolve. I'm trying to get back into it now. So I've noticed that the title matches are like almost the underwhelming matches and like the least popular matches in the show. So I don't know. It's something I noticed about this show and the past couple of shows from just the reviews I've been reading and and whatnot. So I thought that was a bit weird, but yeah, very fun show, very fun matches. Definitely a great show to go out of your way to see. So definitely recommend seeing Evolve 64 if you haven't already. The show opened up with Stokely Hathaway coming out announcing that TJP will not be wrestling tonight against Zack Sabre Jr. He needs to rest up for his match against Timothy Thatcher tomorrow, which is actually today at Evolve 65. So therefore, that match is not happening. And then we're going to the opening match, which was the WWE Cruiserweight Classic Spotlight match, which was Johnny Gargano versus Cedric Alexander. I thought this was definitely a hot opener. The crowd was red hot into it. I thought these guys went out there and killed it. 100 miles per hour. Just everything came out so crisp and so clean, and just it looked effortless from both guys. Just everything was just connecting and going perfectly well. Just not a dull moment. Like I said, it was almost like a sprint kind of as well. Just going 100 miles per hour, back and forth. Nice spot where they're kind of mimicking each other, where they both go for a clothesline, bounce off each other, go for like a drop kick, and they both simultaneously drop kicks, which led to a simultaneous super kick, which would do the big fallback, and both men are down. So that was a cool spot. Cedric Alexander ended the huge exchange between the two of them with a big drop kick, and it's just a very fun and hot opener. Definitely great back and forth action. Like I said, the action came out crisp and smooth, and nothing really too bad. I don't think they screwed up once in this match. So it was a very fun way to kick off the show. Gargano got the victory with the lumbar check, or Cedric Alexander was going for lumbar check. Gargano reversed it into the Gargano escape. Cedric taps out, so Gargano gets the victory. Very fun way to open the show. Then of course Drew Galloway comes out and attacks Johnny Gargano, which leads to Ethan Page coming out, and then of course returning Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor pretty much aligning himself now with Drew Galloway. I almost said Drew McIntyre there. Drew Galloway. And that's pretty much set up tonight's main event, which was going to be Galloway and now Dustin taking on Catchpoint, Drew Gulak, and Tracy Williams for the tag team title. So that was a nice segment there leading to the main event tonight. So that was good. Then we go to a four-way freestyle, which is Tony Nese versus Chris Dickinson versus Fred Yehi versus Darby Allin. Right away, Darby Allin tries to charge Chris Dickinson, and Chris Dickinson just backdrops him out of the ring onto the floor. Looked absolutely incredible. That was just, oh my god, that was awesome. But it looked very painful for Darby. But yeah, this four-way freestyle was very fun. It was pretty much like a 10-minute sprint. All guys just went 100 miles per hour, just non-stop action. It wasn't really a dull moment in the match. Not Chris. I keep getting the names mixed up. I apologize for that. Darby Allin definitely was the underdog in this match. I think he's new to Evolve, so the crowd was kind of behind him. He was taking all the punishment, taking the huge bumps, which was pretty cool. He did a pretty nice just backdrop, not a backdrop, but just falling backwards out the top rope on everyone on the outside. So it's definitely a very fun freestyle. Like I said, it was pretty much a 10-minute sprint from more so 3 guys than 4, because Darby Allin was pretty much out of the mix, selling the move. So very fun. Ending came when Chris Dickinson hit a Razor's Edge off the second rope onto Darby, which was followed by a 450 by Tony Nese onto Darby for the 1-2-3 victory. So Tony Nese wins the freestyle. Very fun 10-minute sprint. Really enjoyed that. From there on, we go to Ethan Page versus Wheeler Yuta, which is pretty much a squash match. You know, Ethan Page is demolishing him. Then, of course, Yuta getting a few hits in, looking like he's having a comeback. And then Ethan Page puts him away with a package pile driver about 2 minutes into the match. So this squash match, and of course, Ethan Page after the match cut a promo talking about Johnny Gargano, how he should be the only guy that should, or Ethan Page should be the only guy Johnny Gargano trusts and evolve, and pretty much trying to win Gargano his trust back in a promo. So, no, nice little squash followed by a nice promo. So, nothing to really complain about there. And then we go on to Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jigsaw, which was an awesome match here. Zack Sabre Jr. is so fucking good. It's ridiculous. You know, the first half of this match started off as a technical wrestling match, which, when people hear technical wrestling, they think it's like a boring holds and just whatnot. No, the grappling here was not boring at all. The crowd was actually really into the grappling. It just came off so flawlessly and effortlessly. There we go. It looked awesome. Zack Sabre Jr. he's amazing. And Jigsaw actually held his own up. He actually, was holding his own up, as I just said. So it wasn't just like, Sabre Jr., wrestling circles around him. It was actually pretty equal. Counters, which I really liked about that. And of course, Jigsaw was able to break up the technical wrestling portion of the match by throwing Sabre Jr. on the outside and hitting a dive onto the outside onto him. So they broke up the technical wrestling and kind of came to a more, the tone definitely changed to a more regular style match where it's kind of just, a mixture of everything, which was really fun. I liked the tone shift. It actually shifted real nicely and it actually benefited the match a lot more. And it came to a fun match, Sabre Jr., doing his off the ropes, tornado DDTs and whatnot, roundhouse kicks, doing his technical, his original stuff. So, Jigsaw, like I said, put a good effort in. Zack Sabre Jr. is absolutely amazing. Can't put him over enough greatly. So, a great match here. I'd probably say it's the second best match in the entire show. Sabre Jr. gets the victory with the soccer kick on Jigsaw and pins him for the 1-2-3. So, definitely an awesome match. Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't get any better than him currently. Maybe technical wrestling wise, he's so good. And just every time I've seen a lot of his matches, but every time I watch him, I seem to get impressed one way or another again by him. So kudos to Zack Sabre Jr. and Jigsaw for holding his own. Great match. Excuse me. And then next one we go on to, in my opinion, the match of the night. Roderick Strong making his evolve return, taking on Matt Riddle. Awesome match here. I thought both men worked spectacularly. Matt Riddle's still fairly new to wrestling. He's been wrestling for about a year and a half, 2 years. So he's still fairly new. And Roderick Strong, being the vet that he is, I thought him and Riddle went out there and absolutely teared the house down. Riddle held his own. I thought he was spectacular. With the not even just holding his own up, but the selling as well. Like Roderick Strong go for a backbreaker, he would sell the backbreaker like he was just having a seizure or something. And it's just. He was great, and Roderick Strong's always great as well. I've never wanted to see a chop fest more in my entire life. These guys were throwing strikes, chops left and right, and it looked brutal as hell. Roderick Strong hit a vicious, or just turned Riddle inside out onto the apron, followed by a gut wrench onto the guardrail on the outside, which just looked absolutely painful. So just a nice striking back and forth match from both men, just hard hitting as it gets. Like I said, phenomenal performances from both men. Can't put them over enough. Roderick Strong, just hitting the Gibson driver into the stronghold, and just Matt Riddle fighting back, and just the strikes, and Roderick Strong go for a high knee, but Riddle counter into a knee strike of his own from springboard off the top rope, or the middle rope. Sorry, it was awesome. It doesn't get any better than this on the show. So definitely a match of the night, in my opinion. Just great stuff from Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong. Matt Riddle gets a huge upset victory with submission hold and Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong taps out. Matt Riddle wins. That's just all around great. Really enjoyed that. And Matt Riddle, of course, after the match, he still has Timothy Thatcher's Evolved title. Pretty much taunts Timothy Thatcher, and then of course Timothy Thatcher comes out. Stokely Hathaway comes out, which ends up with Timothy Thatcher doing the hand thing to Stokely Hathaway, which sends him out. And of course. Here comes out Marty Scurll for the Evolve Championship match. Timothy Thatcher versus Marty Scurll. I thought this match was fine. I didn't think it was anything that great. I thought it was just pretty much an average match. Marty Scurll is just insanely over the crowd, and the crowd really wanted Marty Scurll to win this match, so it kind of it kind of dampened the match when the ending was coming, when just, the entire crowd wanted him to win and it didn't happen. So it's just it was a good match, but Marty Scurll did his thing, and of course Timmy Thatcher did his thing. So it's just nothing really special about this match. Marty Scurll locks in the chicken wing to a huge pop, and the crowd just really wanted him to win, but Thatcher ends up beating Marty Scurll to retain the Evolve Championship, which the crowd just was not liking that. So just a good match, but nothing really too significant. Didn't feel like a big title match at all, in my opinion. And then we go on to the main event, which was the Evolve Tag Team Championship match. Catchpoint being represented by Gulak and Tracy Williams, taking on Galloway and DUSTIN, who's Chuck Taylor. I thought this was a fun main event. It was pretty much a really good tag team match from both teams. Right away, they immediately started doing a huge brawl. Which, by the way, after the Evolve title match, T.J. Perkins attacked Timothy Thatcher, which led to Catchpoint coming out to break it up, which would lead into the brawl of Catchpoint and Galloway and DUSTIN. So that's how the brawl started, to just kick up the match. But I thought it was a very fun tag team match, like I said. Nothing really too significant. Of course, you had the big implosion, I guess you can say, of Gulak and Chuck Taylor, who used to be part of the Gentleman's Club. They mentioned that several times in commentary throughout their exchanges and during the match. But Galloway is so fucking huge, man. He's a big man, and Gulak, the intensity coming out of Gulak was great, I thought. So it mixed up to a really good tag team match. Nothing really too significant happened in terms of the wrestling-wise. No big spots, really, or nothing really too great. But it was a very fun main event, I thought. I really enjoyed the tag team match. But again, like I said earlier on, the title match felt a bit underwhelming. And it didn't feel like a main event match, to be honest. So that's kind of the downpour about it. But Chuck Taylor hits the Awful Waffle onto Tracy Williams, which Tracy Williams sold out beautifully, by the way. He just sold it like he was dead. And even when Chuck Taylor pinned him, like he had his arm up, like from shock from the move, which I thought was excellent. So Drew Galloway and DUSTIN become your new Evolve Tag Team Champions, and of course they get on the mic afterwards and talk about upcoming shows, and talk about their whole revolution going against the Machine. And Chuck Taylor cuts a heel promo, which I love Chuck Taylor and all, but I can't take him seriously as a heel. He's just been a comedy character for so long. It's got to a point where you can't really go back from that and be taken as a threat, at least in my eyes. So when Chuck Taylor tried to be serious in the promos, it's kind of like, come on, man, I can't take what you're saying seriously just because I know how you are and I've seen you be a funny guy and goofy all these years. You just can't change that around like that. So I don't know, serious DUSTIN, I guess I should say. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I guess got to wait and see how it plays out in the future shows to see, or to really form an opinion on it. So yeah, like I said, great show from Evolve here. New tag team champions. Both title matches. The tag title match is really fun, but I felt underwhelming, especially the Evolve title match. I thought that match was very underwhelming. I thought both men could have put on a very better match. But, the rest of the card, like I said, very, very fun. Roderick Strong and Matt Riddle, match tonight, in my opinion. It's next to Sabre Jr. and Jigsaw, second best match of the night. Yeah, very fun show. Hopefully, you can start watching Evolve more regularly going forward. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you guys watched the show, please, in the comments below, leave your guys' thoughts on the pay-per-view if you'd like. And until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching the video.